Well, I was going through some editing and I was just kind of watching some YouTube videos and I came across a really good one where I was just kind of like, you know what? Why not cover this one? Because I'm trying to do a little bit less of the watch alongs, even though that's like the, base of my content right now, which, hey, come on, I got to do this somehow. But, got to gain an audience. But I also do enjoy just watching a lot of these guys' takes on stuff and then kind of just analyzing it. So I found Kyle Kalinski's newest video about how Donald Trump is selling it's his new Bible. Like, this is a different Bible than the other Trump Bibles. And yeah, man, this is a lot. So yeah, give me 1 second here. Oh, I just grabbed the wrong screen. There we go. Let's do that. And make you like that. Jeez. Sorry, I have a minor eye infection in this eye right now. I'm not sure if it's like swollen. It's pretty bad. I hope it goes away. It's not pink eye though, so there's that. But all right, let's watch this.
All right, guys. So as you all know, we've been covering Donald Trump's multiple late night infomercial scam things he's been putting out there. He of course did some NFT bullshit and some crypto trading company bullshit, and he had actual trading cards, and he had the Trump sneakers, and he's got these silver coins.
Although, come on, can we bring political trading cards back? Like, they totally had those going back all the way to the 1800s
or whatever. He's got all these things that he's selling for profit as he's running for office, right? Again, if you take just one of these things and had Biden or Kamala or any Democrat do it, it'd be a giant scandal, and everybody would say, "Look at you, you're just fucking grift."
That's realism. I'm using my headphones. Yeah, screw it. Just turn it down a little bit, if you don't mind.
And trying to profit off this is insane, right? But Trump, since he's in a cult, since he's the cult leader, he gets away with it because his cult defends him no matter what. Well, now we have a new twist in the story when it comes to his Bibles. Remember, he's hawking Bibles as well. Jesus. What he did with those Bibles is he put together the Bible, the Constitution, and the Declaration of Independence or something like that, and sold it as the Trump Bible, right? And apparently, it's bad enough to grift and shake down your own supporters for this shit as you're running for president, right? You're running to do public service. You should be nickel and diming people. But anyway.
Well, isn't that kind of trying, I don't know. Isn't that political campaigns?
Apparently this is...
Although selling a Bible is just egregious as hell.
It's also a giant scam. And you're going to see the scam aspect that Let's Watch from the Midas Touch people. They laid out in good detail here.
So let's take a look.
Video. Guy watching a video of a guy watching a video. We're in it now, guys.
Look inside the latest MAGA and Trump scheme or stunt or grift, whatever you want to call it. That's really hurting the American people. This one is combining a few different concepts. So remember back in March of 2024 when Donald Trump announced that he was selling the Trump Bibles for about $60. Remember, he did the whole video about that.
$60? What?
Well, now in Oklahoma, the head of their Department of Education, their superintendent, who's an extreme MAGA guy, his name is Ryan Walters. So he's put out a bidding process right now because he wants to make sure that there are Bibles in every school in Oklahoma. So he wants to order 55,000 Bibles. And so
to be fair, I don't vape.
He put out a request for proposal, RFP, but he tailored the request for proposal that the Bibles that will go in all of the classrooms in Oklahoma, which will cost about $3.3 million for 55,000 or so Bibles, again, ignoring the separation of church or state, that the only Bibles that fit the request for proposals, you guessed it, are the Trump-endorsed Bibles. This would shift about $3 million from public funds into, you guessed it, Donald Trump's pocket. Now, there's a lot of pressing issues in Oklahoma right now as well. They need emergency inhalers for kids with asthma and other debilitating respiratory issues, but the superintendent, you guessed it, is not prioritizing that at all. Instead, he's focused on the Trump Bibles. I want to break this.
For public schools, mind you.
Oh my God, that's so dark. Yeah, forget the inhalers that we desperately need to help save kids. They have an asthma attack or something like that. Let's spend millions of dollars on Trump Bibles for the classroom. By the way, let's just be clear. Even if these were regular Bibles for the class, that is wildly unconstitutional. They don't care. They don't care.
Show you the receipts here of how this all works. So
separation.
I guess we start at the beginning, right? We should start in March, where Donald Trump gives makes a commercial where he says he's selling these Bibles. I'm just going to show you. It's like a 3-minute clip. He posts.
Although, come on, guys, we got to get on the lawsuits with getting oh my God, the Quran in there. And
about it. He puts it on his social media platform. I'm just going to show you a small portion of that just to remind you. Play the clip.
What can we do? Stand up, speak out, and pray that God will bless America again. I'm proud to endorse and encourage you to get this Bible. We must make America pray again.
And then on his social media platform, there are ads like this. The Trump Bible, he says, it's endorsed by Jesus Christ.
Oh my.
Now,
God.
Donald Trump.
Oh
no
my God.
Way.
Oh my God. What do you even say about that?
So recently faked an endorsement of Taylor Swift. He faked an endorsement on Friday.
And, well, the thing is, any like actual Christian would just be disturbed as hell by this. Like, again, how the hell do they get away with just being like, no, he's totally not like the Antichrist at all? It's like, you guys, you do know what they said about him, right?
Of Jamie.
You guys are gonna like him. Like, they always misinterpret that. They're always like, oh yeah, the Christians will see through it. It's like, no.
Diamond, the CEO of Chase, and now he's saying that his Bibles not only are endorsed by him, but he's got the secret endorsement of Jesus Christ right there. And then on this website, it goes, this is the only Bible officially endorsed by Donald Trump. Let's take a look at the reporting several months later. This was done on Friday by Oklahoma local journalism, and they work very closely with a great nonprofit that I want to give a shout out to called Oklahoma Watch. They're oklahomawatch.org.
I just did the same thing where I'm like, I need to see how long this is going.
Support them. They do a lot of great research, and you should visit the site, oklahomawatch.org.
Bro, take it easy on
so
that.
Take a look at this article from the Oklahoman. It pieces a lot of this together. Trump Bible, one of the few that meet Walter's criteria. That's the superintendent in Oklahoma, or Oklahoma classrooms. Now, in my own view, there should be a separation of church and state, so these Bibles shouldn't be in classrooms as well. But you could actually, if you were going to purchase Bibles, you'd probably be able to get them for free, number one, or spend $1 or $2 or maybe less, not $60 per Bible, transferring millions of dollars to Donald Trump from the taxpayers of Oklahoma. Let's take a look. Superintendent Ryan Walters isn't just talking about buying Bibles for schools. Bids open Monday for a contract to supply the Oklahoma State Department of Education with 55,000 Bibles. According to the bid documents, vendors must meet certain specifications. Now, what do you think these specifications are? We can show you the bid documents here so you can see the RFP, the request for a proposal yourself. Bibles must be the King James Version and must contain the Old and New Testament. But get this, the Bible must also include copies of the Pledge of Allegiance, Declaration of Independence, U.S. Constitution, and the Bill of Rights, and must be bound in leather or leather-like material. Why must it be bound in leather-like material? And why must a Bible include copies of the Pledge of Allegiance and Declaration of Independence? Oh, I get it. The only Bible out there that did that was the Bible Donald Trump selling for $60 right there.
This is insane. They're basically robbing the taxpayers of Oklahoma to give Trump $3 million. They tailored it to be the only Bibles we can get are the Trump Bibles. And then, by the way, hear me now, quote me later, there will be payback for this also. So the guy that's the head of education in Oklahoma, at some point he'll run for the Senate or some other office, and he'll get Trump's endorsement because Trump funneled $3 million to him. This is incredible, man. This is incredible.
This is
like
and
every
they
day
want to talk about how corrupt the fucking Democrats are.
Other con artist bullshit.
And so as you go through it, Trump's is the only one that really fits this criteria right here. According to Oklahoma Appleseed Center of Law and Justice Executive Director Colleen McCarthy, the quote is, the request for a proposal on its face seems fair. First off, no, it doesn't. It doesn't seem fair at all, in my opinion. I'm going to have to disagree with you here, Colleen. We can see there are very few Bibles on the market that would meet these criteria. Plus, yeah, why would you need a leather-bound Bible for elementary schools and schools in general? Well, it makes no sense to me. And all of them have been endorsed by, you guessed it, Donald Trump were the ones. It appears to me that this bid is anything but competitive, you think? It adds, this was former Oklahoma Attorney General Drew Edmondson. It adds to the basic specifications other requirements that have nothing to do with the text. This
just a loud crash up there.
Special binding and inclusion of government documents will exclude almost all bidders other than Donald Trump.
This is so transparent, man. This is so transparent. So somehow he manages to be the most corrupt president and candidate we've ever had. Yep. And it's not particularly close. So unfortunately, this is going to be thing number 12 on the list of scandals for today for Trump. But, he's going to run away with $3 million.
Well, and that's the thing. And his supporters don't even fucking see it that way. They're just like, no. We support it. It's like, and then they don't see that they're being used. Like, that's kind of it. At some point, even for me, I start to feel kind of bad for these people where it's like, you are being duped. But then, because of how willing they are to be duped, that little hint that I had where I cared goes right out the fucking door. And now I'm just like, all right, I hope you get taken for everything you own.
Taxpayers of Oklahoma.
Like, I will feel
Trump
bad.
Bibles in the classroom.
But you're somehow going to blame the fucking Dems on it just because they're more than likely going to be in power at that point.
Like, shouldn't be any in there. But if you're going to have them there, definitely don't overpay to funnel money to the guy running for president. It's so brazenly corrupt. And I've said nothing about the $2 billion that Jared Kushner got from Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Remember that? Nothing about the tens of millions or hundreds of millions that Trump got directly from Saudi Arabia for the golf events at his courses. Nothing about the deal he's currently working with the government of Oman to build Trump stuff there. Nothing.
That's fucking crazy. Seriously, that's fucking crazy that he's trying to do that with the taxpayers' money. Like, dude, we've already got this problem where, you know, the separation of church and state thing just isn't a fucking thing anymore. You had Betsy DeVos trying to take public funds for private schools. It's constantly a thing like that. Then you got the charter school bullshit. And then you get all these areas that are talking about, whoa, our kids aren't very well educated. You know, and then it's always like the me versus we thing. So like they're fine pulling their kids out and signing into these private schools, which honestly the education's it's not that much better. And half the time it's religious coded. So, you know, they're getting half fucking truths and half like facts, and it does not make for very bright kids. Trust me. When I got out and started getting the not revised history, but like when I actually started learning history, where I was like, oh, you mean that like where's that Christian twist here? And they're like, well, yeah. Did you really learn a history where the Christians were always the good guys? It was kind of like, yeah, a little bit, you know, like every once in a while they'd pepper something in just because, you know, the Bible also was kind of like, yeah, you know, sometimes Christians did some stuff that totally antithetical to God's message, but whatever. His son died for you, so I guess we're all good. Hey, if you need to look up any of this, just order one of them Trump Bibles. You know, if you got 60 extra bucks to spend, you got to get the King James version, and you also get a mini civics class, so get the Bill of Rights and all that. Although, you know what, for that one, I was kind of thinking about it. I was just like, well, these people, like, we kind of, yeah, I don't know. I'm not as entirely opposed to giving people more copies of these things and having them handy, but I don't know. That's a vanity thing. It just goes on your shelf and you're just like, look, I got the Trump Bible. And yeah, I don't, again, these people always claim to be like good Christian people, but yeah, you know, they just go to church for, you know, just because they think they have to, and then half the time they bitch about it, sleep or whatever, make jokes about. I mean, The Simpsons kind of nailed the average American, especially like as far as the ones that go to church. But oh man, I thought that was kind of a good video. When I got like halfway through, I was just like, geez. You know what? I'm gonna do one more thing here. Because honestly, this was kind of disturbing too. Look at this shit. Trump casts election interference label on everything while facing federal charges. So, you know how he did the thing in 2020 where he pretty much told us exactly what he was going to do, which, God, how smug did that make guys like Bill Maher, where they're just like, I told you that this was going to happen. And anytime's like, we could never see that happening. And he's like, excuse me, I saw it coming because I'm Bill Maher. Oh, I know politics better than you. Whatever, fucking smug asshole. But yeah, so Donald Trump has stopped propagating falsehoods at the 2020, or has never stopped. Oh, wow. Yeah, sorry. I missed that big never there. So yeah, again, he thinks that the election was stolen from him, despite the fact that his own judges have told him no, despite the fact that the country told him no. It's just like how the fuck can so many people just like objectively like just miss it? Just the reality that he's just a child. And he doesn't like losing, and that this is just like this is his playbook where he's just like, yeah, I'll never admit that I lost anything, because if you do, then you look weak or whatever. And just look at all the circles and mental gymnastics people have to go through just to, you know, to support this crap. But you know what? Either way. Long and short of this is, he's doing it again. Be on the lookout. I was going to make a longer video about it, but my pupper needs to go potty. So that was the most millennial thing I think I've ever said. Jeez. Well, I really appreciate you guys checking out my content. If you guys can leave a like, comment, and subscribe, I really appreciate it. I'm trying to reach 1,000. So yeah, I will see you in the next one.